Hey everyone, I am super excited about our new tutorial today. It's something that you can do that's really fun. I think a lot of people would love to do it, but just don't know how to do it. We are going to take, or I'm going to show you how to take one of your child's drawings or pieces of artwork and put it on a t-shirt or a mug, or how to get it from point A to point B so that you can make a cool piece of memorabilia out of your child's artwork. Now keep in mind, if you don't have a child, you can apply this same process to a drawing that you've done. Maybe you are a traditional artist and you do paintings or sketches or marker drawings. You can do the same sort of thing with your own drawing, any drawing in general. We're just going to use a child's drawing today as an example. So first, what I want you to do is take your cell phone or camera, whatever you use for a camera, and snap a picture of the piece of artwork that you want to digitize. And then depending on your photo, we may need to adjust it a little bit. So that's why you see right now I'm in Lightroom. You can also use Photoshop if you're more comfortable with Photoshop. But for today's lesson, I'm going to use Lightroom. So I am going to make sure I'm in Lightroom. I'm going to make sure that I am up here on the library module, and I am going to do hit this button down in the left-hand corner called Import. And I'm going to find my drawing that I took a photo of. Which is saved down here in my video tutorials. There it is. And you can see that's the only photo in here, so it's already checked. All I have to do is hit Import. So there's my drawing. Now I'm going to move over to the Develop module because I want to work on just this photo. And really the only thing you have to take into account, or that you may need to adjust, is this background. Like right now, I mean, obviously I just snapped this picture of this drawing in my bedroom with low lighting, and so it's kind of dark. I want to just lighten up this background so it's a little bit more white. So I'm going to up the exposure a little bit and the contrast, and then I'm going to bring the highlights up. So highlights, and then on the whites I'm going to slide the whites slider up. Clarity, I just want a little bit more contrast. So that looks a lot better. Let's do a little split screen here so we can see. Yeah, see, we brighten that up a lot. That's going to help us in our process. So now that that's done, and again, same thing, if you're in Photoshop, you want to adjust your exposure and adjust your brightness and contrast. Those will be the two things, if you're using Photoshop, that will help you adjust. So now I'm going to export. I'm going to choose my location. I'm going to keep the quality big, the same as that I took it, and hit export. And okay, so that is done. Now I'm in Illustrator and I'm going to start a new document. And of course it's going to be slow because I'm doing a tutorial, of course. And I'm just going to start with a standard 8.5 by 11 landscape artboard. The size of your document isn't crucial at this point, so and so 11 by 8.5, we don't need a bleed. I think I'm going to change this though because we're going to be uploading this final image online, and I believe that they need RGB. So we're going to do RGB color mode and do create. And that's going to bring us up a new artboard. So now comes the fun part. We are going to find our photo that we adjusted and place it into our artboard. So you're going to go up here to File and Place down here right in the middle, and then find your image. And you can see the image is now kind of in the thumbnail in your mouse, and we are going to click and drag so it is the same width as our document. Very cool. Okay, now sometimes this works really good and sometimes we need to adjust, and since I have not done, this is my first time playing around with this artwork from my 10-year-old niece. You're gonna see the goods and the bads because I didn't necessarily pick a perfect image to do this because I know that that's not reality. So once you get your image placed in here, make sure that it's selected, and then we're gonna go up here to our toolbar. And let's see, if by chance this toolbar doesn't pop up for you, it's also under Window and Image Trace. So you can either use the shortcuts up here, or you can use the window. The Image Trace window has some advanced tools as well. So I'm sorry, I'm drinking coffee as I'm doing this because it's 6:15 in the morning in Wisconsin. So okay, let's see if we can vectorize this drawing. So if you go up to Image Trace and you click on this arrow, we have a couple options. I'm not familiar with all of these, but my best piece of advice is if you choose one setting and it doesn't trace it well, pick a different setting. We have a colorful line drawing, so to the best of my knowledge, I'm going to go with the 16 color option. That means that Illustrator is going to look for 16 different colors and trace those. So it will trace it in color. If you had done a drawing with like a black Sharpie, if you had created, a cute little hand-drawn text image, you would want to do the line art setting. If you were doing a pencil sketch, if you were trying to vectorize a pencil sketch, you would use sketched art. And those leave room for improvement. So just like I said, if one of these settings doesn't trace it like you want or the best, try a different setting. There's no absolute wrong or right. So I am going to choose the 16 color option, and you'll see that when I click it, it starts to go to work. And this little message comes up. It's not super important. It's just letting you know that, this is kind of a detailed drawing. It's a high-res image. It's going to take a little bit of time to trace this, which, in Illustrator terms is like 10 seconds versus instant. So just hit OK. And it's going to pause. It's going to do its thing. And depending on how fast your system is, like I don't have a real pimped out session or setup, so my Illustrator is a little bit slower probably than a lot of people's. You just have to give it time. It's got to do its work. It's looking for 16 different colors. If this was black and white, it would probably be done in like 2 seconds, but because there's a lot of colors. It's going to take a little bit longer. Okay, so it actually didn't do that bad, and really it's hard to see a difference right now, but this is only the first half of the step. So once that window goes away, if we zoom in, we can kind of see, it's like it gives you a little preview. So it has drawn it. It has drawn it and it's letting you see the preview. You can tell that it's no longer a raster image, it's vectorized. But what we need to do now, if we're satisfied with this preview, then we have one more step. We have to go back up here to our toolbar and we have to hit expand, and it will convert the objects into paths. So if you hit expand, there, see, and now it's letting you see all the different points here. So there's a lot of junk in there, but we can fix that too. So everything is selected. That's why it looks like it does. So we're gonna take our selection tool and click off of our drawing. But if we zoom in here, you can see, if you want to see your paths, you can do a Control Y. So you can see there's a lot of junk, but that really doesn't matter. And what I still want to do, because like the colorful part doesn't look too bad, other than I think I'm going to brighten up the colors a little bit, I am going to take my white arrow tool, my direct selection tool, and I'm going to click on this colored background here, and you can see it's just off-white, and I want to get rid of that as much as I can. So I'm going to click on one of those, and I'm going to do a select, same, appearance. So it's going to select as many parts as it can recognize that are close to that color, and then we're going to delete. And then we're going to do it again, select, same, and this time I'm going to do fill color. There, it's selected a few more, and I'm going to delete, select, same, fill color, delete. And I'm just going to keep doing this until select, delete. I get rid of as much of that background pink color as I can, because I really don't, if I print this on a white t-shirt, I don't want that pink stuff, that off-white background to show up. So select, same, we're getting close. Ooh, that was a good chunk. Okay. But isn't this cool so far? Like, you just took your kid's piece of art, or your own piece of art, and now you can edit it. Select same, fill color. There we go. Ooh, we're getting close now. Okay. So, and you know, don't be too hard on yourself. I know, like, when we're looking at this right now and we're zoomed in and we can see all the detail, no, it doesn't look perfect. But you know what? Your child isn't going to look at these imperfections, or the person you're giving this gift to is not going to be looking for the imperfections. All they're going to see is their piece of artwork on a t-shirt or on a mug or printed, and they're going to be so ecstatic. They are going to think it's really cool. So I do want to fix this though. It looks like the little A kind of dropped off here. So we are going to just fix it. We are going to take this letter A. Okay, here's another thing. If you notice, if I use my open arrow selection tool and I click somewhere, it's all grouped together. So I can't just select one individual thing. So if you use your open arrow tool I'm going to select just the A. Well, it's connected to the E, but that's okay. We're going to select that. We're going to do a copy, and we're going to paste it over here. And then we're going to click and drag on that E so we get just the A. There. Okay, one last thing I want to do, because I don't want to get too specific to this piece of artwork, because obviously your piece of artwork is different. So I want to brighten up the colors a little bit, because it kind of just traced it in dull colors. So we're going to use the same technique that we used to delete the background. I'm going to click on this color red, and I'm going to do a select same fill color, and it's gone through my design and it's picked all the red spots. And now I'm going to go to my color palette over here on the right, and I'm going to choose this bright red over here on the left hand side. Maybe even a little brighter here. We're going to use my slider. There. Now it's nice and bright. Awesome. And we're maybe going to brighten up this green. Select same fill color. We're going to pick a bright green. There we go. And let's see, this looks like this dark color was actually blue, so I'm going to make that blue. Let's do select same fill color. I just want to brighten up this yellow. Oh no, that changed all the bottom. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave that how it was. Okay. Now I just want to fix these. Make this all red. Again, I don't want to be too nitpicky. You go in and adjust your drawing however you want it to be. You can obviously take as much time or as little time as you want. So once we get it to here, once you get it colorized and fixed up however you want, we need to get it ready to export, because if you're going to upload this, if we're going to upload this online to get a t-shirt or mug or something printed, they will not, you cannot upload a vector file, you cannot upload an Illustrator file to your vendor. So we're going to prepare this to make a raster image out of it. And to do that, first we want to get on our artboard tool down here in the left hand corner, and we want to drag our artboard so that it's just the size of our drawing. So you want to bring the edges up just to the edge. I'm going to crop this end just a little bit like that. We want our final image to be just the size of our artwork. So once we fix our artboard, don't worry about this junk at the bottom, that doesn't matter. We are going to go up here to File, and we're going to go to Export, and we're going to go to Export As. Choose your location where you want to save your artwork, which I already have mine, and then we are going to choose a PNG file. A JPEG file will work. The only difference really between a JPEG and a PNG is that a PNG is slightly higher resolution. It's not lossless. It doesn't go through and delete every other pixel in your image, so you get a little bit higher quality in a PNG, also a little bit higher file size. Also the other good thing about a PNG is it will have a transparent background. So the background of our image right now, if we were to save it as a JPEG, it would come through as white. So if you saved it as a JPEG and tried to put it on a black t-shirt or a colored t-shirt, you would have a white box behind your artwork. Whereas if we save it as a PNG, hit export, it gives us the option to, right down here, have a transparent background, which is what we want. That means it's just going to save the color in the artwork and the background will be clear. Let's do high resolution just to be safe. Optimize, that's great. Preview, make sure your background color is transparent, and hit OK. Okay, now we are ready to upload and order our shirt. So, like I said, for example, I'm going to use Zazzle, ZAZZLE.com, because that's what I'm used to. There's lots of different places. Just find whichever one you want. And I'm under the Create Your Own clothing, t-shirts, women's, and I just picked one. So we're going to upload to this one. Once you find what t-shirt you want to order, there should be a button, no matter where you are, where you're ordering from, that says Add Image. So we're going to click on that. And we are going to, up here, upload our own image. And I'm going to go to the folder that I saved our piece of artwork into. And you can see, don't get confused, because this is my original photo right here. This is my edited photo that we deleted we lightened up the background, but this last file, the PNG file, is our vectorized piece of artwork. So that's the one we want to use because it has a nice transparent background. And so we're going to select that and hit open. And there is our piece of artwork. So we're going to hit done, I think, done. And there you can see a preview of it. And now in Zazzle, at least, there's some options over here. You can add text, I believe. You can change the style of your shirt. You can select the size. Now, yep, you can change colors of your shirt, and you can customize it however you want. But I think that's pretty cool. Here it is. So how cool would that be for your child to have their drawing on a t-shirt? It would make an awesome Mother's Day or Father's Day gift. Just be creative with it. And again, feel free to use your own designs if you do your own drawing, hand lettering, that sort of thing. The same process, just different artwork. So I hope you have fun with this, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have questions, my email box is always open. So, if you do one of these and you would like to send me the design, I would love to see it. So, thanks for watching.